Namaste. Prepare for our practice by lying comfortably. And once you're lying down, have the eyes and lips gently closed, allowing this to signal a change, a turning of the awareness inwards. This starts as simply as us starting to feel for the comfort of our bodies. Appreciate that this cannot be done through thinking. You can't think your body's sensations. You have to feel them. So feel through the feet, the legs, making adjustments as you go along and noticing the change of sensations that come, and using them, these feelings, to decide how best to position the legs, gradually working your way up through the rest of the body. Hips, spine, belly, chest. Arms and hands. Experimenting and feeling, exploring for comfort at the shoulders, neck. Appreciating that the more you're tuned in to actual sensation rather than thought, the more capable you are of creating a state of ease and comfort. It has nothing to do with your thoughts, however relevant or irrelevant they may be. Continue to check through the head. And once you are certain that you have done absolutely everything possible for your body's comfort, allow the body to be still, experiencing slow, gentle, fuller breaths in, noticing that feeling of expansion where you feel it, and then freely switch off, let the breath go, experiencing that release, a wave of softness that washes over. Know where you feel this. Continue with these releasing breaths very leisurely, as if you had all the time in the world. Breath by breath, deepen your intention and sharpen your capacity to move away from thinking, from idea, towards something that can actually be felt and experienced. For example, how each breath starts to create a change that allows the next breath to perhaps be a little different again, a little softer, a little slower. A change that signals a spaciousness, an ease in the body. Get increasingly familiar with this feeling of comfort and ease, because this will be the entirety of the practice. No matter what different movements are offered, the goal is always to find comfort and ease, to move with a sense of lightness and joy. Taking 3 more breaths here in this way. Allowing the body to breathe naturally at the end of this exhalation. Preparing for movement. Start by drawing the feet closer together along the midline of the body. Finding balance and symmetry there throughout the whole body. Then draw the right knee toward the chest. Fingers interlocked around the knee, giving it a gentle squeeze. As you do, look to relax the entirety of the pelvis, the lower back, the right hip, the thigh, and gradually circle it a little. Circle the knee utilizing but the movement of the hands, keeping the leg entirely passive, a passenger. But as you circle, you may find different areas of restriction, tightness. Feel free to pause there a moment, see if you can wriggle and soothe and soften that. Then maybe move on, freely but slowly, patiently circling the knee, changing direction as you feel. Another breath here with that movement before releasing the right foot down to the mat, keeping the right leg bent. Find the body once again in symmetry, hips and shoulder blades evenly weighted before drawing the left knee to the chest. Once more, fingers interlocked, gentle squeeze, releasing pelvis, tailbone, left hip, thigh. Keeping the left leg passive as you start to move to circle the knee through the movements of the arms and hands. Have this understanding that the intellectual mind cannot know what feelings will arise in the hip as you move. So suspend any interest in thoughts. Choose to feel. And let the experience of the left hip guide you where to pause, to release, to experiment and explore through movement a way to bring a greater state of comfort and ease to that left hip. Change direction as you feel. Pause and hold and relax and release as you feel. One more breath here before lowering the left foot down to the mat, keeping the left knee bent. Both knees are bent, feet are at hip width apart. Arms can now rest down to the mat, palms turned down, arms right next to the body. Coming back into that symmetrical alignment and posture. And with the next breath in, raise the arms up. Bring them all the way down to the floor overhead if comfortable. And as you exhale, lower the hands back down, palms down to the mat beside the body. The movement is that simple. But as you continue, look to completely synchronize this movement with breath, so that the arms are at the highest point at the end of the inhalation, palms are down to the mat at the end of exhalation, smoothly flowing between the two movements. Again, this is something that requires your attention, the mind present and experiencing. Thought cannot fulfill this. But once you have that synchronization, see if you can make the movement a little softer. See if you can shed any constriction or excess effort in the chest, the abdomen. Notice if that creates a sense of softness and spaciousness in the body. One that invites you to breathe a little slower maybe, a little deeper maybe, for the movement to be correspondingly gentler. From a physical perspective, you're still lifting your arms up and down, you're still breathing in and out. But notice the experiential shifts. Continue to explore with the movement by means of relaxing even more within it, minimizing effort. And you may find that there's a deeper state of comfort and ease to be unlocked within the same motion when we make minor adjustments consciously. Take 3 more breaths in this way. With your last exhalation, bring the arms out to the side at shoulder level, resting them there with the palms up, allowing the arms to be heavy, to relax, shoulder to be spacious, utilizing the slow breath you've cultivated. As you next exhale, simply turn the head to the left. Take your time doing this. It's a tiny movement with a long breath, so the movement itself has to be super slow. And as you inhale, bring the head back to center. Subsequent exhalation to the right, and so forth. But moving so slowly, synced with this slow breath, you may find that you are starting to open up to the minutest sensation in the neck. Minute sensations that tell you where you hold tension. Minute sensations that show you that when you push the head too far, it incurs a certain discomfort, a movement away from comfort and ease. If our goal is to deepen this state of comfort and ease, then you should be avoiding that experience. Staying within your range of comfort first before learning to make minor adjustments at the neck, releasing tension, to increase that state of lightness and joy within the movement. We'll be looking to do the same at the hips and spine when we include them in this movement. Subsequent exhalation with the head turning to the left, allow the knees to drop to the right, slow and gently. Breathing in to come back to center. As you exhale, head to right, knees to left. Staying very connected to all the different sensations, always moving with a longing toward that open, spacious, soft feeling. Continuing with the same rhythm, slow breath. Two more rounds. Allow this feeling of lightness to be your homing beacon. Even as the practices pick up in intensity, there is still a way to stay within this feeling. When the knees next come up to center from the left, bring the right knee to the chest, fingers interlocked around the knee, once more giving it a gentle squeeze, looking to feel the thigh come toward the abdomen. Taking a slow breath in from this position, and as you exhale, use the muscles of the abdomen to lift the chest. As the chest lifts, allow the chin to drop with gravity toward the chest. Slight twist to bring the nose toward the right knee. As you inhale, gradually lower back down. Pause. Take as many resting breaths as you like in between. Commencing again when you're ready. Remember the practice being of lightness and ease. As you continue, find a way to move with minimal effort, never crossing that threshold into pain and strain, discomfort, dis-ease. And once you're familiar with that threshold, you can start to explore different ways to stretch it. See if there are other muscles that are being engaged, muscles that are not needed for the movement. Do the absolute bare minimum, refine the movement to only the muscles required. And you may find that brings a deeper state of ease that allows you to engage a little further in the practice. And equally, as you learn not just to switch the muscles on, but to switch them off when you come down, to shift the mindset to allow a resting breath to completely relax before the next round. Once more, you may find a deeper state of comfort and ease. Last round on the right side before exploring this on the left side. Whatever is being demonstrated is no longer significant. The practice is now in your own bodily experience. Be careful of where the ambition of the mind kicks in. Discard it for the sensations you can feel in each moment of movement. Explore and experiment within the movement in all its subtleties to find yourself deeper in comfort and ease, lightness and joy. Twice more on this side. On completion, bring both knees to the chest, arms back out to the side at shoulder level. Take as much rest in between, but when you're ready, slowly, subsequent exhalation, lower both knees down to the right, turn the head to the left. Breathing in, returning knees and head back to center before continuing to the other side. As you move, notice the difference in this movement now compared to when the feet were down. If this new version with the knees to the chest creates more strain and difficulty, then successful yoga here means dropping the feet back down to regain ease and comfort. Otherwise, calibrate the movement so that you are moving within your range. And with this attitude, a mind that's composed and calm, you may find then the capacity to be even stronger, more controlled within your movement. Twice more to either side. On completion of the rounds, the arms come beside the body with the palms turned down, lightly resting down. Knees stay bent toward the chest. From this position, start to draw the waist a little smaller, tilting the pelvis a little to feel the lower back flattening out to the mat. Engage just enough to feel this contact of lower back, and keep some awareness there for that portion of lower back to be your anchor of stability throughout the next movement. Slowly start to lower the right heel down to the mat with the knee bent before lifting it back up. Then alternate to the left. If you find this easy enough, you can straighten the legs a little and move them simultaneously. That as you next lift the right leg, the left leg goes down. As you lift the left, the right leg goes down. Knees perhaps half bent. Noticing how as you straighten the legs, it incurs a lot more resistance in the movement, threatening the stability at the lower back, requiring a little more core strength. Sustain that connection of lower back, but do this with minimal effort, so you still have lots of space for an easy, gentle, free-flowing breath. The true hallmark here of the practice with comfort and ease in mind is that the strength is entirely isolated around the abdominal and lower back region, so that the neck and the shoulders, the jaw and the face remain completely relaxed. If this is the case for you at the moment, you may start to deepen into the practice by straightening the legs more, maybe even all the way as you lift and lower them, scissoring them. The practice gets quite a bit stronger. But that's no longer the goal. The goal is comfort and ease through an exploration of the variety of movements provided. Bear that in mind as we go through half a minute more of movement. Make your choice. Decide wisely based upon the sensations in the body. If at any point you find strain, take rest. Through rest, you find that the body relaxes again, getting more comfortable, lighter. Surely that is successful practice. That's the whole point. At the end of this round, lower the legs down to the mat, but keep the knees just slightly bent. Take as long resting here as you like, but when you're ready and you find space for a slower breath, subsequent inhalation, sit up really tall, using abdominal muscles, but also elbows and hands to support you in any way you need. Exhale, lean forwards, peeling the top edge of the buttocks off the mat first before folding and rounding, sliding the hands out toward the feet. Subsequent breath in, lift tall once more, straighten the spine. Keep the spine as straight and long for as long a duration as possible as you exhale to lie back down. When the spine needs to round, curve, and slowly roll, landing the head gently last, lots of control. As many resting breaths as you like in between. Find that sense of ease and look to deepen it during the movement then. Subsequent rounds, being very careful first of all, how far you go in that forward fold. But also being very mindful to minimize your effort, to do the absolute minimal in movement. And expending less energy that way, you may find there's space to redirect that excess energy now, being stronger within the movement and moving with more control, with a calmness and composure of mind. Thoughts deal in right and wrong, shoulds and should nots. None of them apply anymore. The only thing of significance and relevance is how does the body feel? How can I assist it for the movement to have a lightness and a sweetness, a joyfulness? That may come by us accepting that this is time for rest. Take it. That's successful yoga. One last round is suitable. As the hands slide towards the feet for the last time, place them down to the floor and use them for support as you separate the feet as wide apart as comfortable. Looking to straighten up through the spine then, tilting at the pelvis, interlock the fingers and extend the arms parallel to the floor in front of you. Subsequent exhalation, look to lean as far forwards from the hips as comfortable. And as you inhale, twist to the right as you lean back, keeping the spine tall. Arms circling back to center, exhale out to the left, leaning forwards. Continuing to draw this circle with the hands, but be very mindful first of all how large that circle is and the different sensations you incur as you make little adjustments. If you find that by drawing a smaller circle gives you a greater sense of ease, then please, that's the practice. But if you find a deep sense of ease that enables you to draw a bigger circle, so too, that's the practice. Allow yourself to be guided by experience. Next time the arms come back to center, change direction. One last round here. On completion, keep the chest facing down toward the floor as you shift the hands across to the right leg, reaching the hands as far forwards as you find comfortable, maybe to the ankles, maybe to the toes, the ball of foot. But avoid rolling the chest high, keeping the chest flat facing down to the floor. And in this position, think about opening through the left side of the trunk as you reach the left hand, wrist to wrist with the right hand. We will be here for some time. Based upon the concept with which we're practicing, the longer you hold this, the more pleasant the posture should be. If that sounds ludicrous, surely it's only because you're forcing too hard, clenching, tensing in the practice. You've experienced the opposite. Stay connected with the intention, the willingness to deepen comfort and ease. Maybe that means backing out a little. But it may also mean through conscious connection, scanning through the body, you discover areas of tightness that can be released. Ways of softening to encourage a slower, gentler breath. A stillness and tenderness of mind that stays exploring present moment experience, wanting for the well-being of the body in the posture. Is there a way to feel even lighter, more spacious, more at ease right now? 3 more breaths here. At the end of this exhalation, take your time to switch sides, remembering that as you switch over, fold first from the hips, chest staying facing down to the floor, bringing the right wrist as close in line toward the left, but going only as far as the body feels comfortable, as the position is sustainable. We will be here for some time. If you find that the posture is becoming more of a struggle, if you're laboring to sustain this, then please ask yourself, why am I torturing myself? Why am I imposing discomfort and dis-ease upon the body? And what else can I do to lead it back to comfort and ease? Notice the breath here as well. Are you breathing as if you're running away from threat and danger? Or is your breathing reflecting the state of lightness, calmness? Keep exploring through awareness what else you might be able to do, where else you can do this, so that the posture feels increasingly pleasant. Three more breaths here. On completion, slowly sitting up. Bring the feet closer together and bend the knees. Feet landing on the mat hip width apart. Slowly making your way into chair pose. Sitting as if onto a high stool. Raising the arms up. And then starting to play here with the curvature of the lower back. Releasing and relaxing lower back, pelvis, hips. Rocking the weight forwards and backwards until you feel the greatest state of stability in your position. And then do the absolute bare minimum to stay here. Last breath before straightening the legs out, folding, allowing the spine to round, the arms and head to hang. Maintain that sense of stability, but deepen into your state of ease, total deactivation. We'll do this twice more to truly explore these two concepts: steadiness, ease. At the end of this exhalation, bend the knees again, lifting from the hips, coming back into chair pose. This time, feel free to sit a little lower if you like. But once more, find stability at the feet, evenly weighted. And then start minimizing the effort, relaxing as much as possible in the inner thigh, front of thigh, around the sides of hips, the buttocks, those gluteal muscles, lower back. And you may suddenly find that there's a lot of redundant effort there, that we carry a lot of unnecessary tension. And with that tension dispelled, the posture is much easier. Our knees fall clearer in alignment with ankles and feet. Maintain this level of stability. At the end of this inhalation, straighten the legs again, fold, sink down. Slow breath, full deactivation. Experience this. Know this all through the thighs, all around, deep within. Feel this in the hips, lower back, the length of the spine. And then one last round. At the end of this exhalation, bend the knees, sit as low as you feel comfortable. Maintain stability at the feet, balance, but completely soften the rest of the body. Really getting familiar with the capacity to have strength and stability, but with minimal effort, maximum efficiency, with calm, with composure, with ease and lightness. Subsequent exhalation, straightening the legs, folding. Notice how you're breathing, what it signifies, where you're at. Last breath here before slowly rolling up. Coming up to stand at the front of your mats, palms together in front of the heart space. Pause with the eyes closed, preparing to apply all of the earlier concepts, ways to find stability and strength with ease and lightness throughout the movements of sun salutations. Know that some of the techniques we've been applying include a reduction in our range of movement, an awareness of that threshold to pain and dis-ease, but also a willingness to rest. Bear all this in mind. Slowly start to raise the arms up, lift the gaze, arching back, but mindful how far to go, pausing before that point of discomfort, before folding, then folding from the hips. Complete deactivation into your forward fold. Knees can be soft so that the fingertips land beside the feet. No strain, minimal effort. Right foot takes a big step back. Stepping back only as far as the left knee stays precisely over the ankle, and you can comfortably release the pelvis low, softening attention at the hip, arching through the spine, lifting the chin, the gaze, and then slowly planting the heel of the palms down to the mat as you step back with the left into mountain pose. Feel and make all your minor adjustments, softening so heels drop, letting the chest be broad, the shoulders wide, sinking only as far as you feel is comfortable for you. Then lower the knees. You're very welcome to stay on all fours to arch, or continue to lower the chest and chin with the hips a little higher. Sliding forwards to land the pelvis to the mat, softening there as you gently extend through the spine by lifting the chest and chin, straightening the arms only as far as is comfortable for you, discovering an alignment that allows you to soften in the position before gradually lifting and shifting back into mountain. Left foot then takes a big step forward. Take your time to make your adjustments, to slide the foot at hand level, to find your stability, to then sink into posture. Pelvis low, chin raised, fingers for support, right foot forwards. That sense of stability at the feet that allows you to release, to switch off from the heels to the tailbone, tailbone to the neck. Then gradually rising up, coming tall, raising arms, arching and opening as far as comfortable. Bringing the palms back together in front of the heart space. That's half a round. Preparing to string this together with a little more fluidity. Mindful to stay conscious of the range of movement, your sense of comfort and ease. Starting to raise the arms, reach and open. From hips, fold, release. Fingers down, left foot, big step back. Gazing up, pelvis low. Into mountain, heels down, chest open. Lower knees, maybe chest and chin. Arching from either position, all fours or in full cobra. Sense of lightness prevailing regardless of your choice of posture. Back into mountain. Right foot, stepping forwards. Sink into your lunge. Forward fold. Softness here. Before rising up. reach and open. Know exactly where to stop. Palms together in front of the heart space. That's one round. We'll go through 5 more rounds, but this time with breath synchronization. And remember how the breath can show us our state of ease or dis-ease. So be very mindful to use the subsequent rounds to deepen into comfort and lightness, joy and movement. Breathing in, reach and open. Exhale, fold, soften. Right foot, inhale, stepping back, lift gaze. Exhale, mountain. Breath stays out as you lower knees, maybe chest and chin. Inhale to arch. Exhale back to mountain. Left foot, inhale forwards. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, palms together. Resting breath here. Center. Grounding in your intention for comfort and ease. Inhale, reach, open. Exhale, fold. Left foot, inhale back. Exhale, mountain. Breath stays out as you lower knees, maybe chest and chin. Inhale to arch. Exhale to mountain. Right foot, inhale forwards. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, palms together. Resting breath. Continuing 4 more rounds as is suitable. Rest if needed. First half, it's the right foot that goes back, the left foot that comes forwards. Second half, the left foot goes back, right foot comes forwards. Utilizing this space to drop deeper into a felt sense of body moving. Constantly exploring and steering that experience toward comfort and ease. Very careful where the ambition of the mind or its default mode kicks in. Always willing to feel and to move from a liberated space of mind. To take guidance from the body. On completion of the last round, allow the body to rest in your forward fold. When you find the body spacious for breath and the breath easy and gentle, take a big step back with the right, settling into your lunge. Only this time, as you release the pelvis down, interlock the fingers and raise the arms up. The further backwards you bring the arms, the stronger the practice. That strength of practice is not what we're looking for, though. Draw on all of your earlier strategies to find stability and ease, holding back whenever needed, but also deepening in whenever the invitation is there. For the more successful we are tuning in and being guided by body, bringing comfort and ease through this guidance, the more you may find the body actually opens up and joyfully deepens into the posture itself becoming increasingly pleasant, a sweetness arising the longer you stay. Three more breaths. Transitioning into triangle from this position can be a little bit tricky, so feel free to drop the hands, slowly shuffle and adjust. Otherwise, you may be able to lift the hips up, cross the right foot behind, straightening up both legs, ensuring the left heel is quite in line with the right instep. This often creates the best possibility for balance and stability. Turning to face the right side as you bring the arms out to the side at shoulder level. Lean over that left hip. And as you bend sideways a tiny bit, think about extending the top of the head away from the right foot. Reach up and out as far as comfortable before folding all the way sideways, lowering the left hand down toward the foot. Feel free to have a stack of books here to support you. Lifting the right arm, hand up toward the ceiling. If you need more support, come up a little higher. Left hand can also be on the thigh, the knee. Or you may feel to go even further, to sink down and to bring the right arm toward the ear. It's not about a second of glory here to have a photo for Instagram. It's about how you feel and your willingness to engineer a state of ease, comfort, lightness within your own body. We'll be here for another minute. Two more breaths here. And at the end of this exhalation, turn the chest down, drop the hands, bend the left knee. Hands down for support as you step back into mountain. Take a few more resting breaths here. Subsequent inhalation, take a big step forwards with the right foot at hand level, softening into your lunge, then interlocking the fingers, raising the arms. You know the intention of practice. It's a question of willingness now, to pay attention, to continually steer the inner experience toward comfort and ease. Two more breaths here. Mindful to transition with care. Coming up for triangle, crossing that left foot behind, right heel in line with left instep tends to offer the most balance and support, but adjust accordingly. Lean over halfway. Once you're in position, lengthen up and out from the left leg. Then fold sideways, dropping the right hand, raising the left arm, using a stack of books to support you where you're most comfortable if needed. And then making your adjustments to ease off, knowing that successful yoga, or in your state of ease, drop in, knowing that that is successful yoga, a success that is based entirely on your experience, not on some arbitrary external outcome. Two more breaths. At the end of this exhalation, bending the right knee as you turn the chest down, hands down for support, stepping forwards with the left. Pause in the forward fold for a little while, few resting breaths, before gradually sitting down to the mat, taking your time to adjust into a comfortable lying down position. Shavasana. as we did right at the start of this practice. Be mindful, conscious of how you've positioned the body. Mindful to reintroduce comfort and ease. Appreciating that this whole time during our practice, we've been using all these different movements as a test, if you will. A test of how willing and how skillful we are in finding ease and comfort in these different situations. The situation or posture often requires strength and stability, but nonetheless, there's always a way to still lighten and soften into it. What if that's the same with our breath? Lying comfortably now, notice the way the body is breathing, where you feel the movement of breath, if there is a sharpness, a tightness, or a softness, a spaciousness. Discard any notion of technique. Allow this next 15 minutes to be an exploration of experience. What if I do this? What if I do that? What if I were to completely relax all the muscles at the abdomen, letting the belly be soft? What if I were to completely relax the muscles at the chest, between the ribs, behind the base of the sternum? What if I were to release any tightness held from the collarbones up through the neck, all around and deep within? Does that change the experience of the subsequent breath? If it's brought a greater sense of ease to the breath, then you know you're working in the right direction. But if it's brought even more constriction and tightness to the breath, then you know you've gone further from our intention. You've gone further away from home, that comfortable, restful space. And continue to explore in this way. What if I were to breathe a little slower? And be mindful if you're making very large, sudden adjustments, how that influences the breath. Similarly, if you were to make small, minor adjustments, what if I were to breathe a little deeper? At some point you may find a deeper breath to be quite soothing. At some point you may then find the deeper breath to be quite strenuous. Discard this need for absolutes. Continue to be flexible to the moment, allowing breath to be smaller when that feels better, deeper if that feels better, gentler, faster, slower, whichever way it goes. Just be open to the possibility of the body surprising you in terms of what the sweetest, most nurturing way of breathing in this moment may be. And then continue to empower yourself to work toward that. In some sense, this whole practice is like you navigating a maze, but one in which awareness can guide you home. Feel my breaths here. Noticing the difference now between this breath and the very first one you experienced. And being curious with this change of experience in breath if there is a corresponding change of experience in body and mind. Appreciate how it feels to at least take another step or two or three closer toward coming home to a state of comfort and ease, lightness and joy. Reconnecting with where you are, gradually start to introduce movements to help you awaken. Stretch and reach as you like, in any way the body feels to. And in time, using these movements to help you sit back up, opening the eyes when it's right for you. Know that the practice is now complete. Namaste.